Hey YouTube, it's your boy G Miles. Today we're back on our video. Today we're gonna be doing some Oreos from scratch. Since you know Oreos is my favorite cookie in the world though, so here it is. Since you know that's all the ingredients that I need except for the milk. Since you know I could have bought the milk or some. Well, I did have some milk though, so yeah, gonna use it all up. Yep, that's all I need. And I'm gonna keep it dated once I get started on measuring the ingredients out. All right, once you got everything measured out, well, barely, I'm gonna do now is add half a cup of all-purpose flour. Last but not least is 1 cup of cocoa powder. Yeah, once you added that, what I'm gonna do now is add 1 teaspoon of salt. And of course, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Yeah, baking soda. Yeah, we're not gonna mix that in, well, even though I'm gonna mix it in just in case. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, since you know I'm not supposed to be mixing the stuff in, but even though I'm gonna leave it alone for a while. Yeah. And I'm gonna get the ingredients situated in a jiffy. All right, once you got everything settled in, all we're gonna do now just make the wet ingredients. Add 1 cup of sugar, and also one stick of butter. Just I just cut these in half though. All right. Once you got the butter and sugar mixed in there, and all we're gonna do now is add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and last but not least is 1 large egg. Ooh, is that an eggshell? Yeah, trying to get that out of there. I think I got that out of there. Once you got that in there, all we're gonna do now, just mix that stuff in. And voila, that's all you have to do. And I'm still gonna keep mixing the stuff in off camera. All right. Once you got the eggs and from the extract all mixed in, now we're gonna do now is you have the wet ingredients right here. Okay, once you did that, and all we're gonna do now just maybe mix it in. Just depends. Ooh, don't want to waste it though, or else I'll be in trouble though. Or else I might add another egg, just depends though. I know what I was thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I know what I was thinking. See that stuff in there? Yeah, I'm pretty crazy though. Yeah, mix it in the vegetarian though. Until it's like this though, you know? Yeah, perfectly like that. Yeah. And all I'm gonna do now, just continue mixing this till it's fully mixed in. All right. Once you got it mixed in and stirred up pretty good, and that's what you're gonna get. A dough that is completely perfect dough. And all I'm gonna do now, just put this in a Ziploc bag. I know I'm supposed to use some plastic wrap, but doesn't matter though. So yeah. And I'm gonna let y'all know once I get started. All right. Once we got everything situated, and all I'm gonna do now, just yeah, we know just make it into a disc. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but better yet, I'm gonna put this in the Ziploc bag. That way, so I don't know how to do all that, you know, like so. Yeah, just put this in the Ziploc bag. That way, you still know how to do all that, like so. Yeah, I squeeze the bag out and just make it into a disc though, you know, until it's finally perfect. And voila. All right, once you got your dough into a disc, that's which is what we wanted. You know, what I'm gonna do now, just put this in the fridge so it can chill for like an hour. All right, once this dough has been chilling for an hour for the Oreos, yeah. All I'm gonna do now is take this out. Oh, hang on. Take this out. Yeah, like so. Okay, once you do, all I'm gonna do now is just put a little flour on over it. That way, so this stuff will be sticking to the bottom of the dough. Like so, yeah. Just spread it out. And voila. Alright, once you got that taken care of, oh, don't worry though, I did clean and stuff. And all I'm gonna do now is just roll the dough out like that. Well, yeah, I made a big mistake on that part. Yeah, just keep on rolling it out until it's perfect though, you know? Alright, once you got the dough rolled out enough, and all we're gonna do now is get a cup out. Yeah, like so. Got this part. Yeah, I gotta make sure that I make enough though, you know? Like so. Oh, better I can move this out. Yeah. And I'm finna, you know, get to the tray once I can. Alright. Once you got this stuff taken care of, all I'm gonna do now is just put this onto the tray. Like so. Until it's finally even though, you know? And that's what making Oreos is all about. Since I could have made plenty though. Like so. Yeah, pick this up. And voila, that's all I had to do. And I'm gonna take care of the rest of these once I can. Alright. Yeah, once you got all these cut up into cookie pieces, yeah, like so, into cookie shape like pieces, you know? Yeah, and all I'm gonna do now is let these chill for probably around, I see this time though, since gotta do it before putting them on the oven. All right. Let's see. Once you get to the oven and chilled your cookies for another 8 minutes or something like that, all we're gonna do now is just bake them by preheating the oven by 350, like so. Yeah. Hope they turn out a-okay though. Once you open the oven, just put the cookies on. This. And voila. All I'm gonna do now is let them bake until they're finally done. Alright. Once your cookies are still baking, all I'm gonna do now is just add 2 cups of powdered sugar, since we're gonna make the filling for this. Yeah, like so. And you gotta pour it all in. Okay, once you did that, add the butter also. Alright, once you added the sugar and butter at the same time, mix it. That's what it takes to just, so the butter is good for the temperature also. Okay, once you get that, and voila, there you go. And I want to do now just, find something to make it softer since I don't got the milk or anything. Alright, once you did that, so I'm going to do now just add the vanilla extract. Shabam, and plus I'm going to do now just add a little bit of this. Oh, but I ain't gonna add too much of the stuff, so yeah. Ready after that, a little more, and voila. And that's all to it. Yeah. And all I'm gonna do now, just find something to put this on since I'm gonna be making Oreos though. So yeah. Alright. Once the cookies have been cooking for a little while, and all I'm gonna do now, just finally check up on them. And wow. Check it out. Finally done. Like, come to Papa. Ooh, check out this bad boy. And there you go. That's how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off for a little while since we're gonna cook something else. Alright, once you got the rest of the cookies out, and all we're gonna do now is let them cool off completely before putting the icing on in between the cookies into the cookies and stuff. So yeah, so it can be turned into Oreo cookies. So yeah, and I'm gonna let them cool off in a jiffy. All right, once the cookies are cooling off for a while, and all we're gonna do now just turn them over, since we know we're gonna finally make the Oreos like so. Yep, and that's how we do it though. Once you did that, and I want to do now, just get the icing out. Okay, once you get situated with the cookies, and all I want to do now, just finally put the icing up on top. I'll put the icing right here. And voila, that's how we do it. Ooh, check it out. We're gonna do the same thing. What I can do right here. And voila, that's all we're gonna do. And I'm gonna continue spreading the icing around until it's done. All right. Once you got the icing right here, let's see onto the cookies, and here it is, homemade Oreos from scratch, just the way we like it. Yeah. And all we're gonna do now, just finally get them to taste this, since I'm gonna have 2 Oreos. So yeah. So keep you updated once I get my plate set up. All right, moment of truth. Once you got the Oreos out, And here it is. Homemade Oreos from scratch. Ooh, since we know you like my childhood. Yeah. So let's give them a taste test in 3, 2, 1. That's how it looks. Ooh, the cream. Man, these feel so good. Ooh, the flavor and texture just right though. Just like the Oreos, the store-bought kind. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep on setting my mouth full of these Oreos once again, since you know it's 2. Hey, I'm back. So the homemade Oreos from scratch that I had is super amazing and freaking good. Tastes like the real deal. Let's see, Oreos that I had when I was a kid though, you know? Check it out. Ooh wee. Ooh, looks nice and good. Almost similar to Oreos. But everything's all A-okay though, you know? That's how you do it, homemade Oreos. Well guys, that's all for this video on making Oreos from scratch. So yeah. YouTube, if you're new to the channel, please give a like, share, and subscribe. And also hit the notification bell every chance. And it's been the boy G Miles. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed that video of homemade Oreos.